Let's talk about conditional formatting in Power BI. So, conditional formatting in Power BI allows you to dynamically change the appearance of your visuals based on the data values that it has. This feature can be used to highlight the trend, outliers, and the key insights in your data. For example, I have created this visuals over here and it shows conditional formatting. Now, previously, when I was creating these visuals, they weren't showing any kind of trend and pattern. So, for example, I'll create a bar chart again and I'm saying it also shows me the category wise sales. So, for that, I can drag this category over here and I can drag the sales over here. Now we have got a fairly simple idea like the office supplies is the one which has the least amount of sales. Technology is the one which has got the maximum amount of sales. But what if you're having too many bars over there and if you are not able to compare? Or let's say you're working with our tabular data like this and you are not able to identify the values just by looking at it. Maybe you missed one digit here and there, or if you're not able to compare the values and how they are doing. So in that case, this conditional formatting would be coming very, very handy. So this conditional formatting can format the background colors and also the font colors. What I can do over here is to create the conditional formatting color over here. Let me delete this visual first. I will expand the size of this visual for now. Let's expand it in the focus mode. So go in the format your visual option. Over here, we have got the bars option. In the bars option, I have this color option. Right now, the color of each bar is set to blue. I can change the color of this bars. I can apply the transparency as well over here, but this won't be helping into finding out the real values located over here. So I will be using this option of conditional formatting of colors. Here, click on this FX. Now it is asking you, how do you want the format style? So for example, let's say that you want to apply any rule over here. You can apply the rules. Based on that rules, the color would be changing. If you want to apply the gradient, you can apply the gradient as well. That means a shade of color would be shown as the value increases or decreases. Then we have the field value option. So here you can put any field specific field values like the customer name should be this or the category name should be this. And then I want to see that kind of value. So we can also put this field value over here. Right now I'll go with the gradient option. And over here in the gradient option, I'm telling it that I want to find the particular sum of sales and the minimum value or that is the lowest value should show me this color. And as I move towards the maximum value, the color should be increased to this particular shade of pink. So let me change the color value. Let me make this lower value to lighter shade of green. Let me put this highest value to a darker shade of green. I also want to provide a middle color. That means if there is a middle value, what kind of color that would be showing. So I will add this middle color over here. And you can see I have provided a medium shade of green over here. Now you can click on OK. Now a thing to notice over here is the color didn't change according to our need. So for example, you can see right now the office supplies is giving me the least amount of sales, but it is showing in the dark green. Also the technology is showing me the highest amount of sales, still it is showing in the lighter green pattern. So what I need to do is again, I need to go in this conditional formatting option and see where I made an error. So this color option I did right, but over here it shows some additional information also, like what field should be based this on. So right now I was using this count of category. I don't want to see the count of category. I want to deal with the sales option. So for that, I will select my table and use the sales option over here. Then it says sum of sales. In the summarization, you will see the different summarization options like average, minimum, maximum. Let's say if you don't want to see the sum of sales, but also you want to see the average sales in that particular category. So for that, you will select these options. Now, the results beneath the sum of sales can be different if we just talk about the average or the counts, as we have already seen in this office supplies. The office supplies is selling maximum number of items. Still, the total sales is very less because maybe the items are not too much high in price over there. After you have selected these fields, again you can click on OK and you will see that the color has now changed and it is reflecting the sum of the sales. So I have shown you two things. The first one that we intentionally did wrong was the count of the sales. That means the underlying values can be different. than what it appears over here in the bars. And the second one was just showing the data bars color as the sales is going on. So this is how you can change the color of the graphs with the help of conditional formatting. Now let's try to create a table over here. So to create a table, I will use this table option. And right now I want to see how are the different markets doing in the term of sales and also in the term of profit. So these are some of the numbers, the market name, the sum of the sales and the sum of the profit. You can always sort these values to show how it is going in our individual market. You can sort them in a ascending order or even the descending order. But I don't want to sort these values. I just want to look at these values and tell instantly that how are they performing in different markets. So for that, I will select this visual, go in the format your visual option. And over here, I've got multiple values to change the text colors, the background colors, and the cell elements. So right now I will go in the cell elements as the cell elements contain our data over here. Now, since I have created two columns over here, the one is the sum of sales and the other one is the sum of profit. Of course, we have the market as well. So it would ask you on which series do you want to work? The sum of sales, market, or the sum of profit? Let's go with the sum of sales first. Once you select the sum of sales, I want it to change the background color according to the value. So I can switch on the background color. Then over here in the formula bar, in the conditional formatting, I can tell it that I want the gradient and I need to see the sum of the sales, and you have to do the summarization on the top of sum only. The lowest value will be shown by the lighter shade of green color. The highest value would be shown by the darker shade of green. Also, I need a middle value which would be showing me a color between those, and just click on OK. You can easily identify that Asia Pacific region is the one which is making the most of sales. Also, EU region is doing good. The least amount of sales is being done in the Canada region. This is all just by looking at the colors. Now, again, let's say if you want to change the font colors. So these font colors are over there. So right now I was working with the sum of sales, but now I'll be working with the sum of profit. And in this, I'm not changing the background color. I'm just changing the font color. So I will click over here in the font color. Again, go in this formula. So again, let's apply the minimum and maximum value over there. I'm not changing the colors for now. Apply a medium value as well and give it a different shade of color. Click on OK. You will see the font colors will also change according to the values. If you don't want to change the font colors and you want to apply the data bars, you can also do it. So turn on this data bars option and you can see the data bars would be showing filled or less filled according to the values inside that. So over here, right now, Canada region is giving us the least amount of profit. That's why this value is very less filled. And the maximum amount of profit is given by EPAC region. That's why this value is completely filled with this data bar. So using this data bar, you can easily try to identify which particular region is giving you what kind of profit. Now, wherever that there would be highest profit, that particular market would be showing completely filled with that data bar. Also, if you don't want to see the values like this, let's turn off this data bar. You can always put some icons. So you have seen some stock items or the stock markets. There they are showing some logo, increasing or decreasing logo. You can also use those logos in form of icons. So I will turn these icons on and you will see wherever the values are highest are showing me this green icon. Wherever there are the medium values are showing me this yellow triangle, and wherever there are the lowest values is showing me this diamond shape of red color. So I can again click on the conditional formatting over here. If you want to change the icon colors, you can change it with the help of this style option. So let me keep these arrows for now. And also you can apply some rules. So for example, if you have the values from 0% to 20%, you can show this downwards trending arrow, or you can change the kind of arrow also. If you have the values between 20 to 40%, then there would be this right side inclined yellow arrow. If the values are between 40 to 60%, then the right side yellow triangle arrow. If the values are between 60 to 80%, then there would be a upward pointing arrow in yellow color. And if the values are 80 to 100%, there would be an again a arrow, the top direction arrow in the green color. So I don't want to see these kind of values. Let's keep it till 33%, 66%, and then 100%. So for that, what I can do is I can delete two of them. So let's delete this and delete this also. So the first one I want to keep it as 0 to 33%. The next one is from 33 to 66%. And the last one I want to keep it as 66 to 100%. I only want to see these three values. Also, where do you want to see the arrows or the icons? It would be on the left side of the data, or you just want to see the icons only, or the right side of the data. Now, this is particularly useful whenever you have set some alignment of your data. Let's say if you have aligned all your data towards the left side, so you can choose the icons to be shown on the right side over here. Then again, the style, which was set by me, the summarization that you want to do. So let's say, do you want to see not the sum of profit, but you also want to see the quantity that has been shown. So the data bars is showing you the sum of profit, and maybe this particular icon would be showing you the quantities that are being sold. Anything can be done. Again, you can click on OK, and this would change the arrows for you. So this is how you can do the conditional formatting in different kinds of graph on the basis of the background colors, icons that are being showing, or the font color, or any kind of data bars. This was all for this session. Thank you.